Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for March 1st, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will have a TFCC, Time for Change call, this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. We talk about this a lot, and you can't talk enough about it. It's be free from expectations. Whenever our mind holds on to expectations, we miss out on the divine being that we truly are. Future results are never as amazing as the connection to this vast, infinite presence within us. Expect nothing and be radically free. You ever notice that when you expect something, you suffer? Then the worry and the stress and the fear come in. But when you don't, if you can ever remember when you didn't have expectations, that's totally the opposite of how you feel. You don't have the fear, the worry, the stress, and the anxiety. It's gone. It's not there. Because you attach to nothing. See, if you attach to expectations, then you're going to suffer. All of us. None of us are exempt from it. We have, we'll attach expectations, and then we begin to suffer. So be free from expectations. Practice it to understand. Expect nothing, and you'll be radically free without question. If all we did was just look for things to appreciate, we would live a joyous, spectacular life. Abraham Hicks. How many of us truly within know that we are all super powerful manifesting beings, which means moving energy into form and creating it into reality? And we just have a bit of an amnesia, is about the best way to put it. We've forgotten how amazing, how incredible, how brilliant, special, and extremely powerful we truly are. There is this mass hypnosis going on all around us, where all of our friends and family have also forgotten their super manifesting powers and magnetic abilities. The hypnosis is so deep, they may not even know they are pretending to be normal like everyone else just to fit in with the rest of mankind. To step out and dehypnotize oneself from this comfortable sheep-like mentality and step into our divine greatness, we must make a radical shift, which may feel like risking everything you have and who everyone thinks you are. Radical transformation requires radical risk. If you want to play small, think small, take small risks, you will tend to manifest small results. If you want to live large, be financially abundant and free, you must accept that there are no boundaries to what you can manifest. Once you're ready to take this big risk, then you might want to write down a commitment to yourself that you are going to become permanently financially free, whatever you set. The next year, the next month, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, whatever, of your life. Write down the date and what amazing, creative, miraculous thing happened during this time. And you will feel the switch turn on. The commitment is best made now, not tomorrow or next week. You want to jump on the opportunity while the momentum is happening now. The decision to become financially free is a great gamble. The decision to become financially free is a great gamble. that may perhaps be the most dangerous one of all, because it has nothing to do with this outer world and everything to do with the inner. The risk is radical in that you must choose to give up all preconceived notions and ideas you have about your financial habits, beliefs, and feelings, to step into a much larger financial picture of yourself that's teeming with a plethora of possibilities. You must realize just how amazing, powerful, and unstoppable each of us actually are. This takes courage and a willingness to let go of the old you. We all know that this life that we're in is full and overflowing with the new. But it's necessary to empty out the old to make room for the new to enter. We always, you got a bunch of stuff, and it's everywhere. And it's packed everywhere. And you don't have any more room for anything. So you move that stuff so you can empty out things, so you make room for new stuff. The bigger the challenge in this life, the greater the reward will be. Financially, freedom is such a huge reward because it allows you to have more freedom, power in every other area of your life. The key here is knowing that 90% of all financial success has to do with the shifts you're making on your inner world, and only 10% from decisions and inspired actions in your outer world. Becoming a money magnet is truly an inner trip. And this is where people get really miscombobulated. They think that it's reversed, and 90% of it is external, and only 10% is internal, or maybe they think 100% is external, but it's 90% is internal, 10% maybe, give or take, is external. Becoming magnetized is truly an inner trip. And so if you're not financially free, within 10 years from today, there is no one point, there's no way to point the finger at but you. And this was just difficult for many because they've been so trained on the external world and so untrained about their internal world. Freedom is truly our choice, each and every one of us, every day. It's no one else's. The decision to liberate ourselves from the battlement or the betterment of everyone in our lives, by taking on this commitment to ourselves, we will attract real financial empowerment. As we become 100% responsible for who we are and what we become, we realize how enjoyable it is to step into total integrity with ourselves. This commitment is the foundation of a powerful, manifesting money magnet. This is the person who is willing to receive the greatest wealth, the most expansive healing energy, and the deepest love one could discover along the way. They all go together. So this is the person who is willing to receive the greatest wealth, the most expansive healing energy, and the deepest love one could discover along the way. Financial freedom is actually quite simple. You simply and continuously choose thoughts that make you feel financially abundant and free. You move energy into form, you create it into reality. It manifests from a commitment to feeling abundant within yourself. It's as if you're planting and watering one oak tree seed, which will grow in time and give you great shade and bear fruit within the next 5 to 10 years. The commitment is to loving this one small seed instead of being lazy, doing nothing, and letting all the tiny weeds continually take over your garden. We must choose vigilantly to watch our inner garden with great reverence if we want our financial freedom to grow. We must be aware of how we think about ourselves and how are we treating ourselves energetically when it comes to money. The option, is always there, all day long, as to how we are imagining our financial future to be. When we hang out with people who are deep in feelings of financial confidence and peace with money, not confrontation or worry with money, peace with money, we seem to transfer of this connection via osmosis. Each time we think about money, it is a crucial investment in what manifests for us financially tomorrow. There is such a powerful manifesting force inside each and every one of us. Once we respect it, own its power, financial freedom soon becomes an experience that follows us wherever we go. You're a magnet. As you walk through this life, it will follow you. When diving into the intention of turning yourself into a money magnet, there are several dimensions within to understand. And remember, within, not out there. The first is that becoming a magnet for money is not all about attracting money. You're becoming a magnet for everything that you desire or want in your life as well. Financial freedom just happens to be one of those things we all would love to have. The money just flows to those who believe in themselves and their vision of the future they want to live in. Expect your every need to be met. Or do you expect? How about if you just know that your every need will be met? You don't expect it, you know it. Know the answer to every problem. Know abundance on every level. Know to grow spiritually. You are not living by human laws. Know that miracles come and see them take place. Hold ever before you the thought of prosperity and abundance, and know that doing so sets in motion forces that will bring it into being. If your current financial situation is like a small candle flame, imagine what it will feel like when it becomes as amazingly bright as the sun. The sun is the biggest magnet in our solar system. It attracts everything towards it because it is the largest mass source of energy in our presence. Naturally, with its massive magnitude and size, it holds all the planets in a close, consistent orbit around it. As long as the sun is the biggest body of energy, everything in our solar system will always be in a magnetic pull around it. The same principle applies to your current financial situation. The bigger your energy is, the larger the sum of money you can consistently magnetize. The bigger your energy is, the larger the sum of money you can consistently magnetize. And just as the sun allows each planet to remain circulating around it at the same approximate distance each month, you too can magnetize that perfect amount of income that continuously flows into your bank account each month. Now here's where your ego mind will constantly chip away at that and constantly derail you, where you then step in front of yourself, block everything. The main secret here is learning how to amplify your energy to large, so large, that you become bigger than the amount of money you want to attract. When you're mentally and emotionally bigger than the sum you desire, it has to magnetically find its way to you. The key is knowing how to release your lower financial frequency in order to make space for the bigger energy to enter. To increase your energy, you must choose to release the stuff that's not serving you anymore. By making room within yourself, you're becoming more magnanimous and have space to allow in your financial dream of desire. If you're clustered inside, I mean, you're really stuffed, and you have all of these perspectives and attitudes that, you know, it's just never going to happen for you, and you're just not going to have it, and you're always worry, the worry, the stress, the fear, the anxiety, the wondering, the what ifs, all are baggage. They're all stuffed inside you, and you don't have any room. Since money is a mirror of our consciousness, a mirror of our consciousness, the more comfortable we are with being powerful, the more money we are likely to create in our lives. The more comfortable we are with being powerful, the more money we are likely to create in our lives. We're not talking about ego power. We're talking about heart mind. We're talking about the God within us. So you see, naturally, all of us, all of the wealth should flow to us. We shouldn't have to run to it or try to catch it. It's all external. We miss the boat when we become so distracted with externality that we completely ignore the power within us. And remember that money, just everything, money is just one of them, is a mirror of our consciousness. So if your consciousness is constantly in a stressful, worry, lower frequency about money, about financial wherewithal, about the good feeling, then you're not going to attract it. The biggest kept secret to turning yourself into a money magnet, a love magnet, whatever, is in how you handle feelings of financial security on a daily basis. How many people do you think, just in this country alone, are constantly worried, stressing and fearing about money? How many of us have done that in this life? When things get tight and tough, how do you really respond? Do you respond with a calm confidence, or do you freak out and flap your emotional wings in a panic? When we accept every financial challenge as a gift to help push us deeper into creating a stronger, trusting relationship with money, we can melt our frustration and resistance to it and find a way to even appreciate the challenge we are given. And in order to crank up the volume on our money magnet vibration, there must be a deep trust in the intelligence of the universe. A deep trust, not superficial. We must know that it will always provide for our deepest need, and if we get close to falling off the financial cliff, it will be there to catch us. When we know and feel this trust deep down inside, that all is well in our world no matter what happens financially, we develop a feeling of joy and freedom inside that empowers us to manifest, moving energy into form, creating into reality anything that we want in our lives. To make a bold step on the path of becoming a money magnet, even today, this week, you can begin by liberating yourself from all forms of poverty consciousness. What is that? What is poverty consciousness? What that means is that you're constantly steeped internally, consciously, about lack of, worry when, not having enough, all of it. And this means that you are conscious enough to see the negative thoughts you're having about money. And watch your mind as it attempts to believe in their truth. Just think about an instance from your past where you acted as if you didn't have enough money to experience or buy something you wanted. Notice how you felt and where this lacking energy bubbled up from. Somewhere deep in your subconscious, from an old belief that said, I am not enough. When you look at the sun, is it enough? Of course it is. It is the perfect size, and if it was any smaller or bigger, we would all freeze or have major sunburns. You, each of us, are enough to deserve to have what we want. Everybody deserves the best of everything. By being vigilantly aware of every poverty-stricken thought, you think you can stop regurgitating them and repeating them for good. Then you can replace each one with a trusting, abundant thought which will increase your feelings of self-worth, boosting your magnetic value, period. Everyone has already set monetary magnetic value they've established for themselves. This is the amount of money you believe you deserve to reach or receive each month. If you wish to triple your income, there must be an equal expansion of how valuable you are. What is your time, information, and skills worth in this world? And understand, do not be tricked by the ego mind when you ask yourself this question. This is from the heart mind. Can you really place a value on them? Your time, information, and skills worth in this world? Can you place a value on them? They are worth more than money can handle. This is where you shift. This is where you shift. This is where you become an anti-magnet and you shift it to a magnetic force where things are pulled to you. Where things are pulled to you, not where you are running after things. Now, take one example of self-worth for yourself. Let's imagine you got a master's degree at the university. You most likely believe that your skills and knowledge from this degree make you worth more money. And thus you'll magnetize a job with a higher income, normally. Now, if you get this degree and don't value it or believe in its worth, you won't use it fully and perhaps accept the same job position yet with lesser pay. What's vital to know about each of our self-worth here is that the value of your real self, your soul, and essence of consciousness is totally undefinable. It has no limits as to what it can manifest, create, and experience. When you're identified with this source of consciousness, there is no ego attached who can prove, I'm only worth this much each month and not 1 cent more. When you realize that this infinite spiritual source of your being is who you are, what you really are, then you can tap into it and open yourself up to receive any amount of money you can imagine. You see how twisted things are on this planet? Where everything is expectation and attachment outside world. See? Everybody wants to be extraordinary. You ever notice that? A lot of people. That is the search of the ego, to be someone who is special, unique, and incomparable. This is the paradox. The more you try to be exceptional, the more ordinary you look, because everyone is after extraordinariness. It is such an ordinary desire. The very search to be ordinary is actually extraordinary, because rarely does somebody want to be a nobody. Rarely does somebody want to be a hollow, empty space. Yet, this is really extraordinary, because nobody wants it. So when you become ordinary, you become extraordinary. Osho. When you discover true freedom, everyone on this planet, this is a finite journey within. When you discover true freedom from poverty consciousness, it is an unbounded, ecstatic, highly energizing, and emotionally liberating experience. You feel unstoppable on every level, as if you've just won the biggest lottery jackpot. When that manifesting money magnet inside you is turned fully on, most of us it's off. You rarely even think about money anymore. You feel so financially empowered that it's no longer an issue or a concern. Imagine that. Then it's super easy to sit back and simply watch any worries or financial concerns float by without reacting to them, trying to get rid of them, or needing to control them. This is the next great secret to becoming a money magnet. You are so identified with your spiritual essence, and you've chosen to be, that you never react in fear or worry, yet respond consciously to financial challenges with a positive, loving trust that miraculous outcomes are soon coming your way. If we only knew that the reason that we have is because of this conflict, the ego, mind, and all of this, you, each of us, create a wealth barrier. And the barrier is impenetrable, cannot be penetrated, because we are so firmly attached with expectations all in our outside world. When you're truly in touch with your spiritual essence, you become wise enough to see what's really going on inside your mind. You know that the more energy and attention that you put into those thoughts you don't want, the more energy and attention you put into those thoughts you do not want, the more real and dominating they become. The more often you practice allowing thoughts to float by, untouched and unattached, they eventually dissolve like clouds into the vast open blue sky. When you can master this practice of watching, master it, you'll eventually find that naturally, effortlessly, on its own accord, you start seeing new financial possibilities in your financial future and present. A brand new creative canvas starts to form inside of you, around you, and you create an entirely different relationship with money. The process of freeing yourself from all your hidden levels of poverty consciousness contain a deep let go of all your self-judgments about money. These include all the deeper social and religious beliefs we've been programmed with, such as money is the root of all evil. The neighbors will be jealous if I have more money. Money is dirty. Not spiritual, it's just greedy to hoard an abundance of money, and it's more holy and respectable to be poor. What a bunch of crap that is. If we actually want to become wealthy ourselves, we must let go of any judgments we've had about rich people, since this would block us from stepping into that lifestyle. We must choose to reprogram our brain to think it is just as sacred to be rich as it is to be poor. And a spiritually advanced life has nothing to do with the amount of money in one's bank account. Any real ecstasy is a sign you are moving in the right direction. Don't let any prude tell you otherwise. Good statement. St. Teresa of Avila. Becoming a self-realized money magnet will occur the more often you hold your awareness on the infinite source of abundance and vital life energy that abides at the core of each and every one of our being. If you take just 5 short minutes every morning to meditate on the most magnetic, abundant, and powerful energy that you can imagine, it will grow inside you. By visualizing this energy, it is emanating from deep within your core. It becomes real and true for you. So imagine that there is a power inside you that is 10,000 times more magnetic than the sun. When you start feeling the super attractive forces growing in you all day long, naturally, you will start pulling the largest sum of money to you that you can dream of. There's no limits. Only the ones that have been illusions that we have been taught to believe. We turn up our money magnet frequency when we feel and know without a doubt that we are super powerful manifesting beings who are truly unstoppable in attracting our every wish, dream, and desire. We actually have the same magnetic energy that every multi-billionaire, trillionaire has. When we align with this source of spiritual energy inside, we start creating a deeper confidence in life and thus form a more trusting relationship with money. By noticing that this power of magnetic energy is always radiating inside of us all day long, we can start pulling from it. This means it will begin increasing in energy to meet the new demand placed on it. We are giving the candle flame more room to grow into a sun, and we begin to see a larger vibration grow from within. On a practical level, to physically get rid of all the actual poverty and financial struggle in our lives takes a series of very conscious actions and decisions. We must choose, change all of our desiring of money and material things to a response of constant appreciation and joy. There must be a state of gratitude instead of a feeling of lack. If we are always wanting more, we never feel we have what we want, and our financial frequency shrinks down. Our relationship with money is a relationship with ourselves, within ourselves. And this is something that we have full control over within our minds. By making those choices in our future based on trusting the infinite manifesting power within us, knowing that more money is flowing our way, we shift into a more spiritual experience of life that knows no limits. When we can feel that there is an infinite supply of energy, love, and connection to our desires, we don't have to force or push the desire to manifest. If we always are hoping, wishing, and praying out of fear that a great abundance will one day fall into our laps and half-heartedly believe we are worth it, it may manifest one day yet, but won't sustain itself very long. And studies have shown that most people who win the lottery are broke and back to their same financial status within a few years. They simply believe their life has that value, and the belief is so strong it manifests in the outer world again. This is why it is vital to start taking massive inspired actions out in the world with the money you do have. Step by step, start to build a foundation for the great financial freeing future you feel that you deserve to have. There must be a solid base of trust built within you first. And from this base, start making massive inspired actions just so the universe knows that you are sincere about your desire for this great change. And for example, if you want to increase your financial frequency by purchasing a new car, whatever it may be, you must find a confident, fearless knowing inside you that this car is a symbol of new wealth and will only bring you more peace, joy, and less fear, worry, and stress. When you're taking only inspired actions and entertaining feelings of abundance, the universe will respond accordingly. If you purchase something like a vehicle and you're worried about making the payments, and if you lose your job, you will negate anything connected with that vehicle in a peaceful, abundant way. The universe will respond accordingly, gifting and rewarding you in whatever ways you feel worthy, as long as you continue to make trusting decisions and take only inspired actions in your financial world. You can only attract more wealth as you will be lifting your financial vibration and consciousness higher and higher and higher. This is not ego mind at all. This is the heart mind. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. Robert Louis Stevenson. The only reason why we manifest a physical financial challenge in this life is from the buildup of negative financial thoughts and feelings. As long as the mind is entertaining desperate, lacking thoughts, feelings around money, the universe must reciprocate by manifesting monetary lack and struggle in your bank account. Once we stop struggling to create a healthy relationship with money on our inner world, we will naturally stop manifesting financially struggling situations in the outer world. Our consciousness is continuously radiating a story out into the world. This story first shows up in the form of an energetic movie projected by the mind. Each movie seen by the mind has to be reflected on the mirror, the world, that's all around us. When the mind is clear from all beliefs, we can only see the divine abundance that exists all around us. The universe is already highly and naturally abundant. There is more than enough money on the planet right now for everyone to live like a billionaire. We simply have to learn how to feel worthy of this energy and tap into it. Lastly, please remember that you are the supreme ruler of your financial destiny. This responsibility is all yours. Each moment you define who you are not. You always are creating your relationship and feelings about money each moment. And when there are no more excuses, no escaping of your true power, and you've moved beyond this small, helpless, financially struggling self, then you are truly financially free. Freedom simply takes a leap into the unknown, where your thoughts and beliefs are no longer running the show. You have the power to change all your beliefs, and by realizing you can choose to creating your own financial reality with joy and effortless ease. It is time you claim your sovereign birthright to master your financial experience of life in every level and dimension. It may take you a few days, weeks, or even years to master this. It's up to you. Always has been. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our physical bodies. Let go, clear the room, clear the garage, clear all things that are cluttered in your mind, heart. Leave them, disperse them, so that you make room for a completely new energy. So all the worry, all the stress, all the fear, all the anxiety, all the wondering, all the what ifs, all the maybes, let them go. They don't serve you a greater good. Ask yourself, you'll know in your heart mind. The vibrational frequency will tell you. Get rid of it. Drop it away. You're the master of you. As you do this, the body responds. It relaxes. Head to toe, inside and out. And you flow. What happens when a river is blocked and it's not allowed to flow freely? It dries up, doesn't it? All the way down that river where it used to flow, it dries up. And all life dries up with it. The This is something like us. When we block ourselves continuously, we become more frustrated, more angry, more stressful, more worried. And the only reason it is because we're standing in our own way. The ego mind is trying to convince you otherwise of what you truly are. Total freedom, magnificent power, and unending wealth, health, and happiness. So the body relaxes from head to toe, inside and out. You feel it. And when you do that, you will automatically move into the now. The now stills the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind, which means you step out of the mind. You're not in the mind. You're not trying to catch or chase over 60,000 thoughts a day. You're watching. Doesn't mean you're participating. You're watching. So with the now, and you're not in the mind and the ego and subconscious mind, this is how you learn how to be in total peace. You don't have any worries, stresses, or fears because you know for a fact within you your power is omnipotent. And that as long as you don't entertain the ego mind anymore and you watch and guide them through the heart mind, this life that you're in will become effortless. You'll simply send the thought to the universe that you're in command of and what you truly desire, and the universe will provide. It's that simple. Some of us reminisce, maybe all of us at times, will go into a past, right? Go into our past, remember, reminisce, embrace, relish. Others of us will hang out in a future that doesn't exist, wondering when and what if. Now, some of us will stay too long in that past, that elephant graveyard of total inert, dead experience because it's all gone. It was the moment, now it's the past. But then we'll take it, we'll bring it into a future that doesn't exist. We'll create that future from that past and relive that past in that future. This is why so many people can't figure out why they keep ending up in the same place. No matter what they do, it seems like, why am I still here in this place? Why did I end up here? So the now is the omnipotent power center of the gods that we are. Now, how do you stay in the now? Because none of us are exempt from this. We all wander. It's not a bad thing, but we wander. We go off in different thoughts. It's not like we're aware of it. We just find ourselves off in different thoughts. You could be focused on something, yet you wander off. As you're focused, all of a sudden you wander off into these different thoughts. When that happens, the key is that your vibrational frequency is high enough that you're consciously aware enough that you're doing that. And without judgment, you just start concentrating on your breath, your divine positive energy. It's divine, it's positive because it houses the vessel that it holds and sustains the vessel that holds the kingdom of God. It focuses us, relaxes us, strengthens us, eases us. So the breath. I find myself wandering with these thoughts. I focus on the now by the breath. And the breath, it literally, immediately, I know with the breath I'm in the now. And, your body's relaxed. You're watching this. You're not judging this. You're watching. And as you watch, you see your body, and it's totally relaxed. And your divine positive energy, your breath, flowing through it as you take it in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you notice that there are these 7 wheels of light. They look like 7 different flowers with 7 different geometrical shapes inside the centers. And they're beautifully vibrant, vaporish, deep, colored wheels of light. Energy vortexes, chakras. And in the center we see this energy, this frequency flowing through them, which is our God Force Love Light energy. And we notice that some of them are not quite aligned. And we know that we're aware that because they're not quite aligned, there's probably some blockage there. So we take our divine positive energy and we bring it in with our God Force Love Light energy. And we move this all the way up to the tops of our heads. And we start with the red wheel of light, the root chakra, the Muladhara. This deals with our survival. It's blocked by fear. And then we move it to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. This deals with our pleasure and is blocked by guilt. And then the golden yellow wheel of light. This is the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. This deals with our willpower, and it is blocked by shame. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the Anahata. This deals with love, and it is blocked by grief. And then the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. This deals with our truth, and it is blocked by lies. And then the indigo wheel of light, the third eye chakra, the Ajna. This deals with insight, and this is blocked by illusion. And then we move to the violet wheel of light, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. And this deals with the divine, the connection to the God source, cosmic energy. And it's blocked by, of all things, ego attachment. Knowing this assists us immensely, so we know what areas and what's going on with our cosmic energy. Why is it being blocked? Why does it feel blocked? What's going on with the different organs and emotions? Now, these energy vortexes, these chakras, the God Force Love Light energy, our chi, our prana, our ki, and our divine positive energy, our breath, this makes up the God source. Infinitely connected, infinitely flowing. And we are consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And these bodies that we're in, the heart mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the spirit, the soul, the higher self, the God source, the pure consciousness, all one. And the energies that we follow through our bodies, through these energy vortexes, that connect to everything, we compress and condense those energies into pure liquid energy. And we do this by holding it. We are light, we are love, we are God. And then we release it into this pure liquid energy over our pineal glands, which are omnipotently important to us while we're in these physical bodies, because none of us have fully functioning ones yet. So you can view your pineal gland however you see it in your heart, mind, motion picture. I see it as a green bulb, rosebud. When I release this pure liquid energy over it, it immediately transforms into a fully blossomed rose, massive with multicolored petals and amazing fragrance. And it sends out these shimmering waves that literally saturate me with total ease, and I experience the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal peace. And the interesting thing, it isn't coming from the rose, it's coming from me. Because you are the rose. And we're a collective consciousness, all of us, everywhere. Some of us are asleep. Some of us are awake. Some of us are beginning to awake. So we're communicating with all those who are consciously awake in the collective consciousness, the God source. So we have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. We have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Morya, Mandantia, Pel, Thoth, Yah, Yeshua. Many, many, many more. The archangels, their civilization, have vibrated at a different frequency than we do. That's why we just don't see them like we see each other. But we meet with them. And it doesn't really dawn on us until after we've interacted with them that we say to ourselves, this comes a feeling through the heart mind, is that was an angel. And the message, presented in many different ways, comes down purely, isn't it absolutely amazing, fantastic to be alive in these bodies? Isn't this life absolutely phenomenal? A little bit of the bliss within us bubbles to the surface. Tens of thousands can surround us at any one time because of their vibrational frequency. They can hold a large number in a small area. Now, the ascended masters, they are those who have mastered ascension into physical form and out of physical form hold God form, pure consciousness. We have ascended into physical form, mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation, and then learning that we are, along the way, that we are the light, that we are the God source, pure creation. We are the love. And both of these are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And then we call out to all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. And only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. And we call upon all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And yet all those who are the only ones that can are those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. Now they come in the gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills this universe. They come in trillions of gigaplexes from trillions of universes from every direction. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, and yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form the circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day, and literally trillions travel through the universes every day. And they're in uncountable numbers. The ones we're kind of familiar with are Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian, many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution and our enlightenment and our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our self-imposed slavery. And in uncountable numbers, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, of forming the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. We're only familiar with a fraction of them. And they come in the trillions. And yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, of forming the circle of light. And ones that we're kind of familiar with, fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, wood, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they come in the trillions, shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which we have never seen before. And yet they come in massive numbers, in multiple trillions, and they are with us now consciously. And we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand. Full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, This light is so bright, so brilliant, it comes from the core of our existence, our true being, the God force, love, light, energy. It is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system to even come close to its brilliance. We are flooding this planet, Earth, Gaia, Aurea, in this now, in a complete meditation into higher and higher and higher dimensional frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. All of us flooded with this light, this love, head to toe, inside and out, whether we are asleep or awake, eternally, always, flooding us, higher and higher and higher frequencies. We begin to ascend above this planet. We come into direct contact with a massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. And it's flashing all over. Trillions of many different colored, vibrant lights. And when we look closely at these reflections, these mirrors, they're perfectly edged mirrors reflecting all of us gathered in this meditation. Teaching, learning, both the teacher and the student with each other as the one. We immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, resolve, and strength. We are then met with the white fire. This is the column of light that reminds each and every one of us that from head to toe, inside and out, eternally, always, 24/7, we are protected with the God force, love, light, energy, this white fire armor. No entities, no attachments, no demons, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies of any kind can harm us, can attach with us, can affect us at all. At all. At all. Ever. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough through hatred, anger, fear, envy, greed, lust, you, whether consciously or unconsciously, you'll create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If you do decide to do this, you're met with the purple transmuting flame. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, send them to pure consciousness where they are no more permanently. We are then met with the violet ray. This is the column of light that reminds each and every one of us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, and we can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational frequency and harmony to deep eternal love and gratitude. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the trees and the forest. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the animals. We are everything. So the next time you're taken in awe of a beautiful sunset, sunrise, snowfall, rain, sky, clouds, it is you You're the beauty, the divinity. We continue to ascend above this planet. Some of us step outside our physical form, float effortlessly above them if we're carrying physical form. We come into direct view of a massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system. So we look in the center of this column, we see this oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this massive golden white light, sparkling ball. It's sending out waves and mist, saturating all of us. Surrounding it are endless, multiple-colored rings, sending out similar mists, saturating all of us. And the center, the golden white light ball, is that of deep eternal love. The others are gratitude, gentleness, kindness, peace, generosity, well-being, bliss, wealth, abundance, prosperity, benevolence, tranquility, endless. And these are all reflections of us, of who and what we truly are. At the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees. And this golden ocean is saturating and flooding all of us, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Head to toe, inside and out, eternally, always. And this is deep eternal love. We are all drops of this golden ocean, and we all hold the essence of this golden ocean. The ocean is the drops, and the drops are the ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds over 1,200 of our meditations in perpetual motion. All of us gathered day after day, on, off-world, hundreds of millions, all with the highest intent of deep eternal love and gratitude, flooding everything with all these meditations. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. And we're everywhere. We're everything. We always have been. Always will be. You are this magnet. You are the power. Everything within you is for you to discover. Everything outside of you is for you to eliminate. Work from within and watch how everything outside of you transforms. I join you in the meditation. Return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. An easy breath in, breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Be free from expectations. Whenever the mind holds on to expectations, you will miss out on the divine being that you are. Future results are never as amazing as the connection to this vast infinite presence that you are within. Expect nothing and be radically free. We'll be back here March 2nd, 2021, Tuesday, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call. Carry this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. Be free from expectations.